everyone, I'm Nicole again with Guiding Echoes, and in this video we are reviewing the Angel Inspiration deck by Kim Dreyer. Now this is a deck that I have been looking forward to for a long time. I actually had a heads up about this deck before the rest of the Tarot and Oracle community did, and so I have been anticipating this deck for well over a year. I've been really excited about it for two reasons. Kim Dreyer is hands down one of my favorite artists. I absolutely love her work. Her use of digital art is brilliant, and I love this spirituality that encompasses all of her decks. So I've done a review of her Conscious Spirit Oracle deck, which is the very first deck I ever got my hands on of hers, and I loved that one to that day. It remains one of my favorites, and so I just knew that I could expect great things from the Angel Inspiration deck because it's a combination of Kim Dreyer's art and angels, two of my favorite things. So if I sound biased, well, I guess I am, but that's only because I know how well Kim's art is, and I also have had the pleasure of speaking with Kim Dreyer via email, and I can tell you she is a kindred spirit. Like, you cannot find a nicer soul. So I have a lot of respect for her, both as a person, as a spiritual mentor, and well, I have a lot of respect for her in three ways: as a person, as a spiritual mentor, and also as an artist. So when it comes to the Angel Inspiration deck, she's also the author. So she created both the artwork and the information that's going to go along with the cards. And with that said, let's go ahead and take a look at the Angel Inspiration deck. Now this is the booklet that comes with your deck. It is a very simple booklet, making it a very simple read. Now don't let its simplicity fool you. Yes, it may be small, but there's a lot of great information in here. And unlike other angel oracle cards that are on the market, in order for you to really encompass the full meaning of these cards, you have got to read the booklet that comes with it. So let's go ahead and take a look here. First off, we have an introduction. She talks about what angels are, what inspired her to create this deck, and how to use the deck. She also gives us a heads up on how this deck is separated into 4 different groups, so we're going to talk about that a little bit more later. She'll tell you how to use the cards, and of course, we're going to get deeper information about each card. So in this, on this particular page, she's talking about Archangel Michael, and on each card, she's going to give you the keywords, the meaning of the name, at least when it comes to the angels, and different questions you can ask. So right here it says, Michael asks, are you fearful of facing the future? Do you lack the strength and courage to move on in your life? In addition to that, we also have information about that archangel. And then down here, it says, tell yourself, and these are going to be different affirmations or different thoughts that you can focus on so you can bring forth the energy of that angel, or at least gain some more understanding of the angel that you're working with for that day. So you're going to find that for all of the archangels mentioned in this book. And now here we have different actions. So here we have keywords. We have which angel would be associated with that action of withdrawing. More information on why it can be necessary to withdraw, why this can be an important action, and what questions the angels would ask you if you were to have a conversation with them about this topic. And then again, different affirmations or thoughts that you can reflect on. So that's why I'm saying this is a small book, but it's a powerful book because it's going to get you to not only communicate with the angels and help you to get to know them better, but there's a lot of great moments of reflection that you're going to gain out of this. So it's really encouraging you to reach your hand out to the angels to build a relationship with them, and also at the same time reach into your inner spirit so you can get some good information from your own higher self. Now, before we move on to the cards, I wanted to show you this amazing little chart that will come with your deck. So here we have a list of concepts and their corresponding angel for guidance. So the way this works is let's say that there is something that you are needing to work on. Let's say acceptance, because it's the first one on the list. So let's say that you are having a hard time accepting a situation in your life, or you're having a hard time accepting someone's lifestyle. You know, there's something that is happening in your life in which you're finding it hard to accept. So this will tell you that the angel that best matches the quality of acceptance is Valol, or even Charmine. And so this tells you which card numbers they are in the deck. So what you would do is you would, of course, then go to your cards, and we're going to look for Valol, and that's number 30. Okay, so let's go ahead and find number 30. There she is, and it says, be content. So now you have an image to put with the name, and you also have this beautiful image that you can meditate on. In addition to that, you can now go to your booklet, right? And you're going to turn to 30. And there's the guidance right there. So it says keyword, serenity, acceptance, and peace. Angel, Valol, and it tells you she's the angel of peace. We have more information here, what the angels would ask you about this situation, and what you can tell yourself. So these are the affirmations or thoughts that you can focus on. Isn't that cool? So there's a lot of great uses for this right here. So some of the different qualities on here or topics are communication, conviction. We have flexibility, forgiveness. That's a big one. Inner child is down here. We have new beginnings, joy, self-determination, spiritual evolution. So a lot of great qualities that the angels can help you through. Okay, so this is the first group. This is the Archangels, and here we have Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Gabriel, and aren't you just in love with how beautiful these cards are? So when we look at the cards, we also notice that they are borderless. And so borderless cards are becoming very popular. A lot of people feel that it opens the cards up, allowing your intuition and imagination to grab more information out of the cards. Now the second group of cards represents spiritual strength. So here we have withdraw. And what you may be thinking is like, gosh, that doesn't look like a spiritual strength. Like, how can withdraw be a spiritual strength? Well, once again, you'll want to turn for the book when you have questions like that. Now, when I look at this withdraw card, one of the things I think to myself was, who in a tarot deck would represent this card? I think it's the Hermit. Don't you think so? If you were going to compare the withdrawal card in this deck to a tarot deck, or to a tarot card, most likely be the Hermit. So if we were to take that information and ask ourselves, well, what does the Hermit represent in terms of spiritual strength? Well, it talks about withdrawing from the world for a while so we can focus on our own inner light, so we can gain wisdom, so we can really kind of take a step back and focus on our own needs for a while. So withdrawal can very much be a spiritual strength, okay? So that's just one example, and as we move through the deck, we're going to see several other examples. So silence your thoughts, be tolerant, be accommodating, and of course this is all good advice. These are all wonderful spiritual strengths to encompass. So if you find yourself lacking, if you find yourself in a position where, like, I don't know what spiritual strength I should encompass right now, turn to one of these cards. They're going to give you some good advice. Okay, so the next group we have are action cards. Now, these are things that you can do. So in the first group, we had the different archangels that you could call out to, that you could work with. And in the second group, we had different spiritual strengths. And in this group, we have actual things that you can do to resolve whatever situation you're in, to gain peace and guidance in whatever is troubling you and whatever you need answers and guidance to. So here we have a lot of beautiful imagery. I especially love this one, Universal Heart. Like, could you design a more beautiful card? So I love all the symbolism here. I love all the energy that really flies off of these cards. And I don't know about you, but just going through these cards, just touching them, they feel so amazing. The energy is wonderful and they have a strong resonance with me. And I have no doubt that as you work through this gentle deck, you're not only going to have a closer connection to your guardian angels, but I think you're just going to feel a calmness and peace come over you just by being with a deck that has so much angelic energy and intention bouncing out of it. And our very last group is spiritual traits. So let's go ahead and take a look at these. Of course, we start with love, kindness, hope, and of course these are all wonderful traits for any person to embrace. It is through these traits that you grow spiritually, but it is also through these traits that you're able to connect with other people in a soul level. So if you ever wonder what type of traits your angels have, well, here they are in a nutshell. These are all of them. Forgiveness, faith, hope, courage. These are all wonderful traits to embrace as you go through your life. Now that is my review of the Angel Inspiration deck, and I would love to hear your thoughts on this deck. So have you worked with these cards before? If not, what did you think of the review? Is this a deck that you would be interested in? Like, what stood out most for you? Like, what do you think would be most useful to have a deck like this one? So tell me your thoughts, leave your questions and comments in the comment section down below. And also remember to subscribe to this channel so you can be notified when I release new videos in the future. Thanks for watching and make it a great day.